Happy Pride Week! This week is Stockholm Pride. I want to do a bunch of queer shit this week. Starting off with these don't look as flashy in this indirect light. I'm going to show you a clip of how they look under direct light. Holographic glitter pigments, they look best with a flashlight or a torch, and this is just a colourful mani. But you can see that I live in a straight presenting relationship. This middle fingernail is a bit shorter, but that's because I broke it. It's not for bisexual reasons. And because I know someone might be curious, the red one is I Love Nail Polish Stopping Traffic. The orange one is also I Love Nail Polish on location, but it's mixed in with 2 coats of Someday, also by I Love Nail Polish, because the orange is a bit more corally than orange. It looks more orange on camera, but it's more pinkish in real life. So I threw in a few coats of the yellow one. The yellow one being Someday by I Love Nail Polish as well. The green one, such a lovely shade of green. It's called Green Taffy. This is by Hollow Taco. And the blue one is Crystal Baller by Color Club. And I threw on these. So these 2 are quite opaque in 1 coat. This took 2 coats to be opaque, and these are like 5 or 7 coats. And I threw on the Fun Lacquer Diamond Hollow Top coat on top to make them more cohesive in the color story. I know that the rainbow also consists of a purple, but I don't like purple. So having 5 fingers on each hand, I went for the 5 colors I actually prefer. And these polishes I've had for ages. I think I started with the Color Club, and this bottle it's half empty, and it's probably going on 10 years, probably 8, because I think I had it during my first few years of uni. So 10 or 8 years ago, I had a thing with makeup and nail polish. I bought a bunch of stuff, and that was part of an artistic expression, or so I thought. I kept confusing buying artistic materials with actually living and creating the artistic expression that I was going for. And now I seldom buy nail polish. I never buy makeup. Basically, I replace my mascara and my eyebrow tint whenever I run out. But I mean, powders, colored powders, I have them to the end of my days. And my nail polish collection, I don't like the word collection for this, my nail polish bunch. I started accruing a lot of nail polish in a very short amount of time. I bought nail polish off of Wish because that was the only place that I, in Sweden at the time, could get holographic nail polish. That nail polish smelled like car paint, and having done a bit more research, I think it was actually not safe to put on my fingers. So that nail polish, although I did use it and I did love the colors for a year or two, I then chucked the rest. They were tiny bottles, and since then I've only bought legit nail polishes. But I then wanted one of every color. I wanted the big flakes, I wanted the tiny flakes, I wanted the linear hollow, I wanted everything different. And now, 10 years in, I still have so many of the bottles left, and yes, they are beautiful and I have loved wearing them and I love being able to do silly shit like this, but I take that lesson that I learned from buying a bunch of stuff and still having it in my life 10 years later, and I apply it to my yarn purchase as well. Because there are so many beautiful yarns that I could go out and buy, and I could budget for them and they wouldn't hurt me financially, but it would take up space, it would take up mental space. I would have to live with them until I use them, or I give them away, or I throw them out, which would be throwing money and resources in the bin, and that would be what we call in Sweden hål i huvudet, a hole in the head. That would be dumb. I have two friends who are a lesbian couple who are going into IVF this fall, and we are so excited for them. They will be lovely mothers, and I would love to make them a baby blanket. When I was visiting them for their housewarming party, I saw that they had a lovely little charm over their mirror, which was a muted rainbow plushie, and I thought those are beautiful colours. They look amazing with their home aesthetic. It's calm, it's soothing, it's very beautiful, and I thought, why not make them a baby blanket in those same colours or similar colours? Because I have a bunch of sock yarn that that are scraps that are too small to actually make a pair of socks, unless I make baby socks and don't want to, but they are in beautiful colours. I have them in all the shades of the rainbow, and why not make them into a striped rainbow baby blanket? So I have the yarn for a baby blanket. I found a pattern that I would like to follow. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, and I have printed it. It's a very simple repeat. I think it's a 16 stitch repeat, and you do a bunch of rows, and you do a contrast color if you want to, or go on to the next color. I think this is how I store my yarn, very aesthetically pleasing, I know. But I think I will be using the white Drops Fiesta unicolor to have as a contrast color. The baby is their baby. I think the most important things to consider with a baby blanket is its washability. So I need it to be a yarn that can be washed in the machine, that won't shrink, that won't behave weird, that won't be... I can't have the yarn being a baby when it comes to being near a baby, because it will get spit up on it, it will get body fluids, and it will get dirty. They need to be able to wash this and not care about a super difficult process. So I have this color for my contrast color. I did buy this myself to make a pair of socks for Christmas for someone, but I haven't used it, and if I need it for this year's Christmas socks, I will just get another one. But these are all scraps from different previous projects. So let's see which one on my own. I think that these are, oh wait, maybe not even this. Yes, this too. These are yarns that I have used myself, and they are scraps from me. This is a scrap that I was gifted. This is nearly a full ball of yarn. This was, I think, gifted from my aunt. This one is also a scrap from my aunt. This is a scrap from my great aunt. She saved all her Yoksan sock yarn scraps and color coded them. She gave me the blue and green ones because those are my favorite colors. And then I have a bunch of these tiny ends of, this is for sock yarn that has a pattern in it, so perfectly striped, or I don't know what the actual name for it is, but to find the beginning of the pattern they have a yellow strand to lead you, to guide you to the beginning of the sock, and those ends I have saved for something like this. So this will be a quite scrappy project, and I hope it won't be too fiddly, but I will see. So what I will do is I will knit one of the pattern repeats to see how much yarn weight is needed for a full stripe, so I can calculate where I can use which colors, because I would like to be able to use up as much of these scraps as possible, because I won't use these, I think, in any other way. These are not my nephew's favorite colors, for example, so even though I could knit them children's socks, this would not be something they would love to wear. This might be good for my oldest nephew, but I don't have anything pink or lilac for my younger nephew, so I wouldn't want them to have to suffer under a yarn that they don't like. That will be my knitting project for this Pride Week. But this green is such a gorgeous color. I did start, and I've done a lot of it. I wanted to make a v-neck or a t-shirt with a button band with all of the scraps, and I don't know if I will actually wear this. So I will be using this yarn for this pattern instead, that I know that I want this for, and then I can finish the button band with something else if I ever get to this. This has been hibernating for a year.
And it's done an 8 pick when the person at the back of the scrum picks up the ball, and he's made a ton of meters. He's handed off Gilbert, he's dodged that tackle, he's going to run all the way by himself from the scrum. A number 8 try.
I'm quite happy with the progress I've made on the blanket so far. I'll show you a clip soon, and I will be continuing on with knitting it during our road trip. I had a lovely time this Pride. It was lovely meeting so many happy, proud, lovely people, excited to celebrate love and inclusivity, and I look forward to doing it again next year with this lovely bunch of friends. And that was that for Pride Week. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please do like the video. If you want to, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss my future uploads. And now I'm off to do some more knitting on our road trip to Norway. We are down at my parents' house borrowing their car, and then we are moving up the country in